and the super hots, they're a nightmare to grow. They such fickle plants. Fortunately, I mean, after the last couple of seasons, I've taken the seeds out. I must have 4,000 or 5,000 seeds sitting here in the office. So
Okay.
they die, and then in the beginning they'd cry if a plant died. Now it's chuck it away.
Yeah.
They're very fickle.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to another special podcast with another very special guest. We've got Greg from Wushini here today, and we'd just like to ask Greg to tell us a little bit about himself.
Hey, how's it, guys? Yeah, it's Greg here from Wushini. Not much to say, just a normal person and play around with sauces, eh?
That's awesome.
Okay, yeah, always good to have a nice passion like that.
Yeah, and welcome to the podcast. Yeah, time to get to know you a bit now.
Yeah. So let's start the show off quick and fast, nice and easy with the first question. Greg, tell us a little bit about what sort of pushed you to start the brand? What sort of was behind the idea of Wushini itself?
So it's a weird story. It didn't really start as such. I was more pushed into it. I used to play a bit of social hockey, and then I damaged my arms and stuff, so I stopped sort of playing sport on weekends. And the wife was in the garden every weekend. She's the one of the green fingers. She's cutting and planting and whatnot. Yeah, I didn't really find the gardening thing such a good idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, then a whole long story short, Winnie that works for us, she's been with us for about 22 years, somewhere around there. She's got a lekker veggie garden at home where she stays. She grows spinach and a whole lot of chilies, and she sells to the local community. And she said to me the one day, hey, I want to sell more products. I said, well, why don't you make a chili sauce? You've got so many. And she said, well, I don't know how to make it. So I'm not a great chef. I just, make occasional marinade or steak or whatever. And I started playing around with it, the old Google and whatnot. And yeah, pretty much fell into it like that. Came up with recipes for her to start with, basically. And just fiddled around, and we came up with a sauce that was phenomenal. We had bought a whole lot of other ones to obviously try, and we came up with this sort of unique flavor. And that's pretty much where it started. And she started making the sauce, and then we developed it this side for ourselves as well.
Oh, that's really awesome. Yeah,
Interesting, eh? Jeez.
Yeah, and the name, where did you come up with the name?
Okay, that as well. That's also I have to blame on Winnie. She lives up near Nanda Dam, Hillcrest, and the area she stays in is called Wushini. And I was thinking of all these names, this hot and that hot and all of this sort of stuff. And she said, no, why don't you call it Wushini? So I said, well, what does that mean? And actually, funny enough, it means it's cool, but it's hot. So that's the perfect name. So we came up with that name.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Do you know where it originated from? Well, the name itself, Wushini. Where is it like because it sounds very like Japanese or Chinese.
Yeah, it's just the area where she stays. I don't know. It's there by Nanda Dam in Hillcrest, and it's just called Wushini, Durban North or whatever. I don't know where it comes from. Yeah. But it's because it's translated. It means it's cool, but it's hot.
Yeah.
Because Hillcrest is cold, it's very hot.
Yeah, I've always said to Sheldon, when we came across the brand, and we obviously tried it immediately when we received your samples. Yeah. And just the level of heat from the Reaper sauce that we got, I'm like, geez, no, this is like Wushini must be some kind of Japanese name for an assassin or some kind of weapon or something.
No, it's local Zulu name.
So you mentioned a bit there, but will you just dive in a little bit more as to where your company is situated exactly for those viewers that might not be even in South Africa, because we do have a bit of internationals that do watch the podcasts.
Yeah, I myself am situated in Durban North in Glen Hills, sort of north of Durban. The Wushini, I call it the Wushini chili farm because that's where Winnie is, and that's up in Hillcrest near the Nanda Dam. And she's got a whole lot of plants and stuff. We'll go into that when you ask the questions.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, yes.
Cool. Yeah, geez, that's I think Durban is especially a very good sort of receiving crowd for hot sauce and hot food as well. Yeah, definitely.
Fortunately, it's a bit hot, so not.
You don't necessarily want to have hot sauce on a hot day. I mean, it's kind of the opposite, but there will be those extreme few, I guess. Yeah. So great. tell us why did you choose the chili whey? I mean, okay, we've heard a little bit about the Winnie side of things and that, and you sort of suggested that to her, but why was it a suggestion? Because there is a lot of other things that she could have possibly gone into, and you guys as well. But maybe tell us about that.
Yeah, well, she, like I said, she grows a lot of spinach and chilies, which she sells to the local community on weekends, makes a bit of extra money. And she wanted to expand a bit and make a bit of money. So I said, well, you've got so many chilies. Why don't you make a chili sauce? And she was like, why not? You're going to make a lot more money with the sauce than selling a bit of spinach. And that's, like I said, we've developed. I started making sauces with her, and she'd taste, and Janine, she's the hot sauce lover, not me. And we just for there, and then from there we developed our own ones, obviously with the Reaper.
Yeah,
that's quite cool though. And the fact that that you got that inspiration from someone as well to start this is quite awesome. So tell us then, how many sauces do you actually have in your range?
I make about 7, of which it's a bit more I call the limited edition. That's got a lot of Reaper in it. So it's not a sauce I make all the time because it uses so much Reaper. So there's 7, and probably about another 3 with a limited edition: the barbecue, the lemon garlic, and then the extreme Reaper. So it's about 10 in total.
Yeah. That's really awesome, man. Yeah, we've had a tasting of the two so far. Yeah, we've had the Wushini, the Carolina Reaper, and then your limited edition barbecue one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're still gonna have the crazy curry to test out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, we went to curry. When was it? 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And I was itching to crack that bottle and put some on there because it wasn't hot or anything. It was just mild curry, and I was like, I want some heat, But I'm savoring it. I'm savoring it for the official taste. So yeah, Greg, tell us about, out of these sauces that you have, tell us about your favorite ones and maybe a story or two behind the ideas behind them.
Yeah, the original sauce, like I said, which I developed pretty much for Winnie, that I would call sort of medium sauce. That it's a base sauce. I've got pretty much, you'll see with the flavor profiles of most of the sauces, they're pretty similar. That would be the medium, the hot, extra hot, and the Reaper. And then my wife, she doesn't, those are more of a sweeter taste because the Reaper's got that fruity sort of smell and flavor to it.
Oh, I love that taste,
yeah. She likes more the lemon and the curry in it. So I was forced to make a curry sauce and then a little lemon sauce. And she loves it. It's great. So I pretty much just stick to the Reaper because after the whole story with making the sauces, I then went and found the Reaper. I didn't know much about chilies. And I managed to get my hand on some and started planting them, and that's where, so all of the sauces have basically got a touch of Reaper in it.
Oh, that's cool though. So would you say that Reaper is your favorite chili then, or pepper?
Yeah, I stick to that. I love the flavor and the smell when you cut them open. It's all our sauces have got a touch. Even the medium got it's a tiny bit, but you've got that little Reaper zing to it. So I don't want to go. There's a lot of sauces with habaneros and this and that and whatnot. I stick to the Reapers. That's our. There's a lot of sauces out there, so I'll stick to one sort of thing.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah.
Interesting, yeah.
I must say the one that you sent us, the Carolina Reaper, that one is flipping hot.
Yeah.
Like see, we when I cracked the bottle, we smelt it and we thought like, okay, cool, this is going to be quite a nice one. And we put some on a cracker just as a taster, but yes, that it burned.
Yeah.
But it was lacking, I must say.
We were like thinking, where's this going to fit in with our sort of sauces that we have on the show and whatnot. And we were saying, it's definitely going to be hot because it's a Reaper sauce. But like instantly when we got that cracking them up, we're like, no, that's the hottest one.
Yeah.
That's the hottest normal sauce, and then the limited edition ones are obviously hotter. Those are crazy sauce.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the barbecue one also that we've got from you, it's also very lacquer. So we've been putting it on a lot of items, some good pairings as well. But we'll get to that question a bit later in the podcast. So tell us now, you said that Winnie grows your chilies for you. Do you only get your stock from her, or do you also maybe supply from other people, or do you even grow your own as well and fit it into your sauces as well?
Yeah, no, the only chilies I use are the ones that we either grow here at home. I must have about 60 or 70 bushes at the moment, fully flowering. And then, geez, I've got another 200 or 300 little seedlings busy germinating now. And what I did was I gave Winnie a whole lot of plants. So she's got a massive amount of reapers. So then I buy it from her. So she makes money big as well. And it's good because she can employ, she's actually employs the old man from next door to go and fetch compost from the farm next door and whatnot. So it's a whole sort of community sort of thing. And we only use the ones from, that's why we don't do huge volumes.
Yeah, exactly. And for those, sorry to ask, well, to interrupt Greg here, because I know you want to ask a question, but I wanted to know if you got any pro tips, because you say you're a grower and we haven't had many like own growers on the podcast yet. So what pro tip would you give someone that's just starting out now, that they're looking at maybe growing their own, or they're currently growing their own and they're having some issues? What are like a pro tip that you'd give to someone?
Yeah, with the reapers and that, it's and the super hots, they are not made to grow. They such fickle plants. Fortunately, I mean, after the last couple of seasons, I've picked, taken the seeds out. I must have 4,000 or 5,000 seeds sitting here in the office. So they die, and then in the beginning they'd cry if the plant died. Now it's chuck it away. They're very fickle. They had one part of the garden where they were growing beautifully, then they died. It's been so hot and so much rain. And the other part of the garden are flourishing, and then some in pots are doing well. It is so fickle. I can't say this or do that. I think the main thing I've found is your drainage is one of the most important things. Especially we had rain about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It rained for about 4 or 5 days, and if the water doesn't go through the soil, it just root rot and the plant's gone. So use a very loose soil like a potting mix. And even if you pour the water into the pot, it almost comes through straight away. And you can filter a bit more.
Okay.
Greg, right. So tell us a little bit more about, from your experience. I mean, you obviously work with your sauces a lot and you know the flavors of each. I'm guessing you probably remember the flavors in your dreams and things like that as well. What are your sort of suggested pairings with your sauces?
It's hard to say. The crazy curry, I've had a lot of people say something like a butter chicken is very good. It just livens it up a lot. The rest of the sauces, it pretty much goes on anything. I mean, I've got a client in Cape Town who takes 6 bottles of the medium a month, and apparently he gets home and puts it on a piece of cheese and eats it and whatnot. Another friend of mine, she absolutely hates bangers and mash, and her husband loves them. So he never cooks them. She had to cook it the other day, and she put the one sauce, I'm not sure which one it was, on there, and now she won't stop eating bangers and mash. So all of them, especially if you're doing a braai or you've got boerewors or steak, you just put a whole lot of little pots out. You just dip your steak or whatever in. It goes with literally anything. Just depends on the heat you're looking for.
Jeez. So we've got to stop doing these sort of things before we eat supper, because we end up talking about food.
Exactly.
I'm starting to fantastic.
So, Greg, tell us, you've told us about 10 of your sources, including your 3 limited ones. Do you have any future ones that you could kind of tease us with, that you're maybe thinking of creating down the pipeline? Is it going to include the Carolina Reaper as well, or are you maybe looking at maybe venturing into different avenues as well?
I'm going to stick with the Carolina Reaper. I've got a couple of other plants, the chocolate devil's tongue and the 7-pot and the Trinidad scorpion. But, there's so many different colors of sauces. I like I say, I stick with my base sauce. I find I'm going to have to bring out more of the medium sort of sauce with more of the lemon and the garlic and whatnot. Because I find people buy the sauce and it takes them 2 months to reorder because it's just too hot. There's the medium, the guys order every week. And then I'm playing around with a little braai rub for your steak or chicken or whatever. But there again, it also includes Reaper. So if you want Reaper stuff, that's everything's got Reaper in it.
It really is a good flavor, So look, we have a bit of an idea of where we're headed, I guess, So that's great. But I think now that's, of course, pertaining to the future. let's maybe take a step back, thinking back to, I think, perhaps your earliest days. What is your sort of biggest moment, biggest highlight that you can call back onto and tell us about today?
I think probably the first time I was dragged into the garden and I was forced to plant some little normal chili seeds into a seedling tray by the wife. I really wasn't into it. But then a week later, these little seedlings popped up. And that to me was a highlight. And then from there, obviously getting the Carolina Reapers and growing those. And then, the people tasting the sauce. That's what it's all about, is the flavor. You give it to somebody and they just love it. That's a highlight.
Yeah.
Being on here is a highlight. I mean, I started as a hobby. It's a passion. I mean, to be with you, it's a whole different, that's a highlight.
Oh, geez, thanks very much.
Yeah, thanks for that. We also
as well to have you on our show.
Yeah, exactly. And we also just started this as like a hobby kind of thing, and now we just love seeing it grow as well. And that's why we love having you on board, especially with the Carolina Reaper, the hot sauce. We've actually decided now, as mentioned to you off camera, that we're gonna put you on as one of our main line sources, because we just want that ending source
absolutely. I guess after all,
exactly.
I'm
excited.
I've got a couple I picked yesterday today, so I should say.
Oh, geez, that was awesome. Yes,
they're pretty lethal.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Very nice, very nice finas,
So now thank you so much for saying that about us being one of your highlights as well. But tell us, what's your biggest goal looking forward now into the future? What would you like to accomplish with the Wushini brand?
Obviously you'd like to grow it, but like I say, we basically only use our own chili, so it's not. I don't want to get massive and make millions of bottles of sauce. It's more specialized. I do it as a hobby, but it's now become a passion. So obviously to make more sauces, sell more, that's nice. And then grow the range, but I don't want to get, have 50, 60 different sauces. I'm going to stick to the ones I've got, and then maybe just play off those a bit more.
Okay.
So that's where I want to go pretty much, and then that's about it.
Oh, that's awesome, though. And that's a good goal to have as well, for because sometimes you kind of lose focus if you have too many balls in the air, or chilies in the air, should we rather say. So I mean, at the end of the day, so at the end of the day, it's good to specialize in things and stay focused in them, and then also just to expand your horizon in them and get more awareness around it, which is cool. But so thank you so much for sitting down with us. We are now at the end of the podcast, but I just wanted to let all our viewers know that are currently watching this on our Instagram, IGTV, as well as on our YouTube, that all of the Wushini products you can find on our website that are currently available. If you're on Instagram, definitely go and check them out. You'll see a shop section there. You can actually click on the product. You can see a little bit of a description on it, and then you can see all photos tagged on it, as well as Facebook. YouTube, there's unfortunately no links, but we do have a link in our description which actually sends you to the shop. So if you can check it out, go and support. We'd really, really love that. And we love the shit out of these Wushinis. And we're enjoying it so much that we're just gonna have more and more and more.
Thank you, Greg. Geez. And of course, last but not least, thanks again for everything, and thanks for being with us. If you could just give us the last few words, any shout outs you want to give to your fans, to our fans, and also very important, where everyone can find you on your socials and that.
Oh yeah, no, geez, just hi to everyone really. I'm not a big computer guy, so my social media is pretty much Facebook and a little bit of Instagram. I'll go also get onto that. But your guys' show, I'll be posting that everywhere because it's brilliant. It's such fun to watch.
Thank you so much for that. I know, and we couldn't do it without you guys as well, the hot sauce company. So we really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for us, and you yourself included, for sending us your samples as well. Any new ones, I'll get you. Awesome. And hopefully, if we're ever in Durban, we'll come and visit you and come say hi in person. Or if you're ever in Joburg, come say how's it to us as well.
I mean,
It'll be
No,
cool.
no, you guys, if you come to Durban, that's fine after this lockdown, but I don't go to Joburg. I like the sea.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, awesome. Have a great day, guys. And then see you guys soon for the next episode.
Excellent.
Hey, guys. Thank you so much for watching the podcast that we did there with Greg from Wushini.
Another Greg.
Another Greg. And now we're actually going to try out. I'm going to try out the Wushini limited edition barbecue, which is the 9 out of 10 sauce.
The very hot one, yeah.
Yeah, the very hot one.
And I have the I'm going to be lucky enough to be trying this one. Crazy curry. We've just cracked it actually, so we haven't tasted it yet. We're going to be trying them on some tacos tonight. Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so
let's crank it.
We're actually going to throw it on. I'm going to be very careful with mine because yeah.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yo.
Like Greg said, he's got a little bit of reaper and everything, of course.
Yeah.
These two being predominantly reaper as well.
Yeah.
Got a nice little curry note there.
And it smells delicious.
I don't know which side to tackle first because this taco is like super full.
Right, I'm going to wait for you.
Okay.
Did you hear my tummy growling?
Is that your tummy? I'm all weird. I thought the couch was moving. So. Okay. Yeah, I've got a nice big dollop on the end there, inside. Okay.
Alright. Cheers.
Cheers. Okay, let's go for it. I hope this thing doesn't crack.
Instant flavor punch. Oh, cheers.
That's quite hot. Wow. I think there's like 50% hot sauce there. Very nice though. I'm just trying not to stab myself with little pieces of taco as well.
Yeah, no.
Wow. Oh, that complements like everything in here. That's excellent.
Yeah, I must say the barbecue flavor of this limited edition really comes out quite nicely. And but the after burning effect,
Classic
it's
Reaper.
lacquer.
It's like climbing stairs. You get to the top and then it's like you fall down again because I don't know what point I'm trying to get to, but Reaper builds.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually want to hit some more of that. That was cool.
Yeah. Now, thank you so much to Greg for sending us the samples.
Yeah, shot man.
And guys, please remember, go check out our shop. You can go and buy these for yourselves. Go and enjoy them. I promise you, you won't. You won't
be disappointed.
Yes, that's the word I was looking for. There we go. Thanks for helping me.
Yeah, cheers, man. This is really awesome stuff, and we look forward to having your sauce in our show. It's going to be number 10.
Hell yeah.
Top of the pops. Hot.
Yeah. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.